Hello, my name is Brandon Morgan, and I am the instructor for our Intro to Historical Study class this spring. This video is a course tour that will show you our class in Brightspace and also in Medium. So that'll all make sense here shortly. Welcome to Brightspace. If you've not yet taken a class in Brightspace, I taught for the first time using Brightspace during the intersession, so I'm getting to know it still. I'm not by any means proficient with it yet. Um, there are still a few things under construction as well with our course, so I'll point those out as we go. But basically, this will just show you how to get started and where to find all of the things you'll need for our course. As I'll mention elsewhere, I always accept late work as long as you let me know what's going on and we set up arrangements for getting your work done. I'm happy to help out with anything whenever you need it, especially because we're using different digital platforms like Medium, Twitter, and Hypothesis this semester. If you're ever confused, don't hesitate to ask. You can contact me via email or via text message using the number that's available in the syllabus. I try to be as available as I can, so please do take advantage of that. And I do practice what I preach in terms of kindness and trying to make sure that everybody gets the chance to complete the work that we need to do this semester, to think about what it means to study the past, to understand historical thinking skills, and to, again, better understand who we are as a community here in New Mexico or here as CNM online students, or whatever other communities you also are part of. So with no further ado, let me kind of show you around our course in Brightspace. As you'll notice here, I'm showing you what I have as the learner view, meaning this should be what you see when you click into our course. If it's not, let me know. Also, if you find dated references to Blackboard, things that you're a little confused about, let me know because I'm still trying to get everything straight here in Brightspace. As it says here, the first thing you'll want to do is click coursework and then review the overview and syllabus. Before I do that, I just want to show you what's on this home page. Here's my instructor introduction. Please do regularly check announcements. I will use this feature frequently. If you want to quickly get to the different units of our course, different unit modules, you can get there from this content browser. When you don't want it though, you can collapse it just so that it's not there taking up space. Also, I'll use this activity feed some. It's not quite for announcements, but it's a place where we can have conversations that are relevant to what's going on with our course as it unfolds this semester. So as I mentioned, we're going to start by clicking coursework and then clicking content. That's what it says here in the blue box. Once you do that, it will take you to wherever you left off last. So if I had last looked at Unit 2, it would open it on Unit 2. Because I haven't done that yet, it opens to Overview and Syllabus. But just in case it opens somewhere else in the course, you'll need to click up here at the top to Overview and Syllabus. As you scroll down, you'll notice this image is the same one that you'll see on our course Medium page. You'll find a link to the course syllabus on Medium. There's also one that's downloadable and printable. There's a link directly to the schedule. There's a link to join office hours on Zoom. And there's a link to our course hashtag. So I keep talking about Medium. Everything here on Brightspace points you toward Medium. That's where the explanation for the work that we'll be doing in each unit is contained. I call those the unit narratives. That's where the syllabus and the schedule are. That's where you'll be posting a lot of the work that you'll be doing this semester. So alongside studying historical thinking and historical study methods, we'll be thinking about how all of that kind of work about the past is taking place online. And that's even more important now that we are in the midst of a global pandemic that hopefully we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel, of course. But again, it's important to recognize and kind of participate in the digital spaces where this work is now taking place. So let me show you, once I've recorded this video, it'll be posted here. So hopefully you will have already seen this stuff before you get to the video, at least once. Once you've looked over all of the references, you'll click on Unit 1. You can click Table of Contents, and that will show you the list of all of the different modules in sort of a different way. If you click Unit 1, it will take you directly into the module. You'll see the image and the title for what we're doing. Unit 1 lasts 1 week. Most of the modules are 2 weeks long. I have due dates for all of the work that we'll be doing because that will help you pace yourself, make sure that you're completing the work you need to do in a timely manner so that you'll get it all done by the end of the term. But again, if you miss a due date here or there, don't sweat it. Just let me know and you can still get that work in. To get into the module, you'll click on Unit Overview and Objectives. Most of our modules only contain 1 page, so most of the time you'll just see a page like this one that'll give you kind of a summary of what we're doing, and it will tell you to click here to read the unit narrative and complete the work on Medium. You'll get the objectives for what we're doing that week or that 2-week period, and then the list of what you'll need to do. Again, this is posted in various places so that you'll have a checklist and understand what you need to do to complete the work for any given unit. As always, there'll be a link, so I'm gonna click that. It'll open a new tab. Here is our course on Medium. This took you to a specific page to our course on Medium. So this is Unit 1, Welcome. You can also find these in the Unit Narratives tab up here. So you'll scroll down and you'll read through, it's a narrative that explains what we're studying and what you need to do. As you scroll down, you'll see here that you need to go back over to Brightspace, post your introduction on the discussion board. Then you'll need to sign up for Medium. It explains how to do that, how to share your username with me. It tells you to sign up for Twitter, what our hashtag is. And I did want to point out, especially right now with the situation in our country, what it is with the violent raid on the Capitol just a week and a half before our class started. No, I guess less than a week, sorry. It's not even a whole week before class started. If you're concerned about being on Twitter, you'd rather not, let me know and I can come up with an alternate assignment for you. If you're okay with being on Twitter, you can use a pseudonym. There are ways of protecting your identity there and maintaining privacy. But again, if you'd rather not, I understand and we can work with that. So please let me know. In Unit 1, you'll do a little bit of reading and then you will write an account of what living through the pandemic has been like for you thus far. So there's some details about what that means, but you'll post that here on Medium. There is an explanation of how to do that. I'm scrolling back up. I apologize for the dizzying effect. When you click this little image, it'll take you to the home page for our Medium publication. That's what this whole page is called. So this is the front page for our class on Medium. And when you post a story to Medium, I'm not going to show you how to do that now because there are other videos to do that. It'll appear here just in the general course feed. So you'll notice that the syllabus, the schedule are there. What is here are posts from last fall's class. So you can see some stuff that other folks did toward the end of that class. But when you post your work, it'll also appear here on this page if you publish it to our publication. Do note that I am the editor. That's what Medium designates me as. And so I will have to approve your work for publication, and that might take as much as a day or two just because I have to do that manually when I get a notification. So please just be aware of that, but it's nothing to worry about. As long as you've submitted your drafts by the due dates and everything, you'll be just fine. So again, everything is here that you'll need. You can find the syllabus, you can find the schedule. I'm going to click on Unit Narratives just because everything's here. Welcome. This is the narrative for Unit 1. That's where we just were. That's the link that we got to straight from Brightspace. You'll also have links from Brightspace to Units 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. For our course, you can get to those just by going straight to Medium. So Again, there are multiple ways of getting around in the course. And I think it's a really cool way of having our course housed, because it's a place where we can all post directly to this publication where the course lives. It's a little bit more seamless than the learning management system tends to be. All right, I'm going to go back over here to the unit overview and objectives. So this is unit 1. This is where we launched into Medium. When you click this button in Brightspace, in unit 1, this will take you to the discussion board. So I mentioned that you'll have to come here to complete a couple of assignments, but most of them will be on Medium, they'll be on Hypothesis, they'll be on Twitter. All of the grades, though, and all of that feedback will be here in Medium via the gradebook. Please note that I am still updating some of that in the sense that there are a few things that needed to be cleaned up as we transitioned over from Blackboard to Brightspace, and I'm still in the process of getting that done, but everything will be done well in advance of the time that you'll need it. So just know that. To add to the discussion, you just click Start a New Thread, and you can introduce yourself and follow along with that. In Unit 1, I've added a link, or not a link, but I've embedded this video that I created on the history of the 1918 pandemic, the Spanish flu, as it was called, in New Mexico. And so if you're interested in that, you can check that out. It's an optional FYI kind of thing. And when you click forward, that's everything there is for Unit 1. You'll see that now here's Unit 2. Here's an image and the title. And then Unit 2 only has the overview and objectives. So I'm going to click there. And you'll notice that with this one, it's kind of a similar format because this unit lasts for 2 weeks. It lists what you need to do by the first Sunday. So due dates are generally on Sundays, with a few exceptions, but they're noted in the list. And then what you need to do by the second Sunday. You'll also be able to see that if you click on the unit narrative. That opened a new tab. And just like we did for Unit 1, this takes you to what we need to do for Unit 2. I like to have epigraph quotes. I'm going to have to delete this. This is from last term, so that's the work that I'm still working on. Everything will be updated in advance of when you need it, though. I will be letting you know about Latin American Studies Speaker Series events that are taking place this spring. They're just not set in stone yet, so I don't have them here in the unit narratives or in the schedule. As you scroll down, though, as with Unit 1, you'll read through what we're doing. Again, this is kind of in lieu of the textbook. You don't have to buy a textbook. All of the information is here in Medium. And so you'll see that I link to other resources that you need to read. And as you can see here, this is a student from last fall. He's highlighted certain sections of this. You can do that in Medium. You just highlight. You get this feature where you can either just highlight, that's the highlighter button, or you can click the speech bubble, and then it will put this box up in the margin where you can type your annotation. So if you want to write something to me directly in Medium about the unit narrative, say, I don't really understand this, or have a question about that, or just a comment, you can post those here. And then I'll be able to respond to you directly here on Medium. So it's a way that we can kind of talk to each other about the course as we go. So please take advantage of that. I won't show you all the way through the unit narrative, but again, please do read through the syllabus. That's a link that you can get by going to coursework, content, just to show you one more time. And then the overview and syllabus, the link is there. Besides just those unit modules that I was showing you, so you just work your way through those, the dates of each module are listed. Also, I should point out, you see these check marks. If you've visited any of these modules, it will give you a check mark and say that you're done. You're not done with the work until you actually submit your writing on Twitter, Medium, and Hypothesis, whatever the assignment happens to be for that unit, even though Brightspace will give you this nice happy check mark, just to be aware of that. Down past Unit 8, though, there's this video tutorial section. I'm going to open that up real quick. Maybe. Thinks it's open, but it hasn't. Oh, yes, it has. I am just a little slow. So here I have some video tutorials for how to use the various platforms. So if you're confused about what to do with Medium, you're confused about Twitter or Hypothesis, here are some videos for that. I will be trying to update those because there are some references here to Blackboard. That doesn't matter so much just because um, the part with the LMS, whether it's Blackboard or whether it's Brightspace, doesn't matter for how to use Medium or how to use Twitter or Hypothesis. It's just that I said those different words when I made these in past semesters. So just something to be aware of. Down at the very bottom, I have recorded Zoom sessions. So as I mentioned, there are no live meetings for the class that you're required to attend, but there will be some optional Zoom sessions, and I will post those here. I left one in place from last fall when we spoke to the director of the Center for Southwest Research at UNM. That's the archives at UNM. So Dr. Yen is the director of the UNM archives, and he spoke to us about digital resources for searching primary sources relative to local and Southwestern history. So it's about an hour of a presentation, but it's worthwhile and something that you may want to look at. All right, so I think that pretty much sums up what we're doing. Most everything is here in coursework or on the homepage. Communication, if you want to get straight to announcements, you can use that. I don't plan on using Yuja. I believe that the Zoom meeting space, let's see what it does. I think it'll take you to the office hours, to my personal room, but it might not. Let's see what it does. Oh, this is if I set up specific meetings. So the link that I've given you is for the personal meeting room. And it looks like, I think I'm the only, if I wasn't logged into this, I don't think it would look the same. So use communication just for announcements. If you want to use Pronto IM, I did download it on my phone. I've never used it much in the past, but I think I should get your information there. To check your grades, just click there and see how things are going. ePortfolio, for as far as what we're doing in our class, this is just for you to take notes or things you might want to save about the class. I don't have any assignments built around the portfolio at this point in time, so just be aware of that. CNM resources, if you need any sort of help, you need access to the libraries, you need MBNet support, that's for Brightspace. If you're having technical issues, please check out what's there so that you can get the help that you might need. D2L has some kind of self-help kinds of resources here, so that is available as well. But again, for our class, most everything is here in content, and that's how you will get to all of the course units, and you'll have those. And so, like I mentioned, the last place we were was recorded Zoom sessions, so that's where it started us. But I want to be in Unit 1, we'll say, so I click there, and there we're back to Unit 1. So again, that's how you navigate our course. I hope it's not too convoluted. Please ask questions whenever you have them. Let me know how I can help, and I look forward to having a great semester studying the process of figuring out what happened in the past.